your brain, you're in the nerds domain. Come on in, it's about to begin.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Nerds Domain podcast. Tonight, I am talking with Eric Wofford about his Kickstarter, The Music of Erich Zann by H.P. Lovecraft. Hi, Eric. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, Eric, what I didn't tell you about our interview is we have a couple of questions that we ask all of our interviewees that don't really have anything to do with their project, but kind of gives us an idea about who you are.
All right.
So, first question. In the impending zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice?
That's difficult. I would say M1 Abrams tank.
Oh, that's a good weapon.
Yeah.
Because even after you run out of ammo, you could just drive.
Right,
over them.
exactly.
Right on. Okay. Given all the sci-fi that you know, what planet do you most want to visit?
Terra Nova.
Terra Nova. Okay.
All right.
All right. So let's go ahead and start getting into your project. Let's hear your sales pitch. What exactly are you doing with the music of Erich Zann, and why do you have such a passion for the project?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I work for a lot of production companies in Atlanta. I've worked on a lot of films, Hunger Games, Solace, and my crew's worked on a lot of big films as well. And we kind of just recently branched off, and we actually shot a short film I wrote about 3 years ago called The Price of Beauty. It's a little 9-minute short horror film that should be coming out pretty soon. We're just finishing the music on it, but I've always been a huge fan of H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe and people like that. So I just decided to pick Music of Erich Zann because it's probably one of my favorites. And I love, the Color Out of Space and the Dunwich Horror, but obviously those are big budget movies up to that point yet. But yeah, so I decided to do a Music of Erich Zann. We're doing a project on Kickstarter to get it started, $2,000. And we got locations, actors, camera equipment, lighting, fog machines, the whole deal. So we're going to do it. I wrote the screenplay. I'm going to keep most of the dialogue actually word for word from the original story. So all you big fans of H.P. Lovecraft will, really enjoy that. And then I'm doing a little bit of my own dialogue to fill in the gaps for the live action parts. And really excited to get it started. I hope, everyone can help out and watch the process as it comes together.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you. What kind of filming experience do you have? You've said you've done one short film.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of other production experience.
Yeah. Writing
experience.
Yeah, I actually I've actually had several books published. The first one I won't tell you about because when I published it, the publisher totally massacred it, and I don't do any work with them anymore. But I have self-published several books since then, and actually made a decent amount more money than I did with the actual publishing company. One of them is called Genesis Ended, and it's by Mr. E. And that's a sci-fi horror. Very close to, I'd say, like a Ray Bradbury kind of Michael Crichton mashup. And then I've done a couple of historical fiction books, Ragnar of Black Fjord and Ragnar's Exile. And I'm working on the last part of the third book, and I'm going to round that out. And people have really liked that one as well. But as far as film production work, I've done camera assistants, I've done dialogue, I've done PA, which is production assistant stuff. That's when you first start off. I've done locations, and just recently, I've always shot, stuff with me and my brother and my friends, stupid stuff when we were really young. And but recently, I've been directing and writing, published some stuff, and I have some screenplays in the works. If we can get this one moving, we have some feature films that we're wanting to shoot, and we're talking to some people at Netflix and iTunes and stuff like that, trying to nail it down before we actually put a budget out there.
That sounds great. So do you have a degree from somewhere, or is this just all stuff you've picked up from actual work?
Well, most of it's work. I went to college for 3 years at North Georgia College. It's in Dahlonega, Georgia, and I was doing English writing and publication. But at the time, I was in the military, and the only way they're going to pay for the last year is if I signed on for 8 more years. So I said, no thanks. So I never actually got my bachelor's degree, but that's how I kind of started out. I've always had a passion for writing, always done it.
Okay.
And just recently I've, started on the screenplay stuff since I've been working in the Atlanta film industry for a little over a year now.
So it sounds like you have a pretty good background in both film and writing.
Yeah.
So this is kind of exactly the kind of project you're going to be suited for.
Yeah, this my baby right here.
So you're what, 3 days in? Is that right?
Yep, 3 days in. Mm-hmm.
And you're 5% of the way?
5% of the way.
Is that
yeah,
right?
We have several people that are just waiting for their checks to come in for this week, and they said they're going to give money next week. Man, I perfectly understand everyone's hurting for money, including myself. So we're just getting what we can, and we're going to put something together.
And is the $2,000, is that your entire expected budget? I mean, obviously, if you go over, you'll extend your production plans. But is this that'll cover everything? That's the entirety of the film?
Yeah, that will cover everything. It's going to be probably, I don't want to say the exact time yet, but I'm probably thinking it's going to be about a 25-minute film, depending on how we're going to shoot it.
Okay.
But I mean, luckily, a lot of the film companies I work for, they loan out stuff to us, like Erick kits, which is a lighting kit, and it's a couple $1,000 to rent it for a couple of days, but they'll let us do it for free since we do work with them. Then we have some camera lenses,
helps a lot,
rented, locations. So we got a lot of favors, and that's why we're able to do it with just $2,000 and still make a really good looking project. Okay.
So you're 5% in, 3 days in.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty decent considering. You're not. Doesn't look like you're asking. I mean, honestly, I think $2,000 is a pretty low budget, but that's great. It looks like at your $10 level, that's where we get a digital download and a digital copy of the shooting script. So, you give rewards big rewards pretty early on.
Oh yeah.
So, and then it just goes up from there, all the way up to producer credits, which we see a lot of in films on Kickstarter, but that's kind of nice to have that your name on a film like that.
Exactly. Yeah. We start out low. I think. You can donate for $1. I think the first thing where you get a reward is $5. I believe you get the complete shooting script just for donating $5. And like you said, it goes up from there. Even once you get up to $100 ranges, you're getting props and movie credits and everything else. So it's really fun, to be involved with this because you get a lot out of it for not that much money.
Do you have any plans yet for going over your funds for your stretch goals? Do you know what do you want to extend it to maybe longer, or do you want to try and fund a second movie? What are your thoughts?
Well, what we're gonna do if we go over whatever money we're going over, like no one in the crew is making any money off this, nor the actors. It's all just we're doing it because we love it, and then in the future it'd be great to get paid, but at the moment we're just trying to make a great film. But anything that goes over is going to go directly into our next film. We're looking at getting some GoPro things. There's a harness thing we're wanting to get where you can strap to your body and you could shoot scenes in first-person view, and it really, really looks cool. And we'd love to always get some more camera lenses, stuff like that. But whatever goes over, it's just going to go right back into our next film.
Okay. And do you have a name for your production company?
Yes, I do. We're working on the website right now, but right now we're calling it Intrepid Motion Pictures.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you've got this one. You've done one other horror. Is that kind of the genre you're going to stick in for a while, you think? Or do you...
Yeah, I mean, I love horror. I don't want to be typecast too early on. It's just, just how it's worked out so far is the horror things is something we've been able to do with not a lot of money and make it look really, really good. So, eventually I'd love to do pretty much every genre, but right now we're in the horror vein for sure, but which I'm happy with. But we're looking at a feature film I wrote. I'm really, really excited about. Probably one of the best screenplays I've ever written. hoping to shoot it spring next year, and that's going to be more like a thriller action adventure, and we're really looking forward to that. But this H.P. Lovecraft is, near and dear to my heart, so we're hoping to shoot that, get this under our belt and go into pre-pro and everything else.
Okay. So you've just started up the company. You have a vision, a goal for the future. So this is definitely a first step on that that track. Will you be headed anywhere to any conventions in the next year to kind of show off the movie? Will you be doing a little tour once it's out? What are your plans? Our
plans as of now, even for the last film we shot, we're almost done with editing the music together, and we're doing some 3D animation for the credits at the end. And once that's out, we're actually I just saw this recently. We're going to send it to several horror festivals, but we're also going to send it into I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's Fangoria Magazine, which I'm sure you know what that is.
Yeah.
And they're having, I think it's called Scream Fest Film Festival Contest, and it has to be under 10 minutes a horror film. So we're going to send my first film, The Price of Beauty, to that, and it's got some really cool rewards, some great publicity for that as well. And as for H.P. Lovecraft, we've already looked up several. I mean, there's even some H.P. Lovecraft only film festivals where it's just H.P. Lovecraft. So we're definitely going to be sending it out there. We're going to milk it for whatever it's worth, and we're gonna promote it. I got it on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. And then once we have our website up, of course, we'll have it on there, and then at YouTube as well.
Definitely. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds great. So you don't have any plans specifically to tour to any conventions, though, do you?
Well, we just barely missed the Atlanta Film Festival with the first film we shot, but obviously we're going to definitely shop that around Atlanta Film Festival. That was a really big deal this year. It was last month, I believe. Yeah. But that is one we are going to take it to personally and show up there. Maybe some the North Carolina Film Festival. Anything that's, we can drive to and not kill ourselves. And money, but we're going to definitely send it to a lot of different film festivals.
Okay. And so you guys are working on your website. Can we find you on Facebook and Twitter, though?
It's just Eric Wofford, ErickWofford. Just send me a message that you heard me on the podcast, and I got pictures of Price of Beauty on there. I got a lot of set photos on there. We're going to put some more probably this week, and then I'm kind of keeping everyone up to date on the Kickstarter for the music of Erich Zann. So, yeah.
Okay. And then you can head over to the Kickstarter. You can go to tinyurl.cthulhumusic, and that'll take you right to the Kickstarter page. And I've already pledged. I pledged before tonight even. Usually I wait until I'm talking to the person we're interviewing. But I saw this and I thought, When I find that with Lovecraft, when your heart and soul of the director and the production crew goes into it, mm-hmm. It becomes great. Even if it's this is going to obviously be low budget.
Yeah.
Even then, if the heart and soul is in there, that's what's really important about getting that story told. So I can't wait to see this. I'm really looking forward to it. And for $10,
oh yeah.
I mean, I'm from everything I'm hearing, it's going to be great. But even if it's just mediocre, it's $10, and that's pretty cheap for a good, even a good movie.
Yeah.
Instead of a great movie.
Yeah.
So,
and we appreciate your donation for sure.
Yeah. I encourage any of our listeners to head over. There's plenty of levels from $5 where you get the script all the way up to $2,000, where you can be an executive producer on the film and get a prop and a shirt, lots of stuff.
Yeah, tons of stuff.
So, definitely head that way. And, Eric, I want to thank you for coming on.
All right, thank you.
That'll do us tonight for the Nerds Domain podcast. We are on Twitter and Facebook. Like always, you can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com. Head over to the website, look at the articles over there, look at our reviews, and you can head over to iTunes and give us a review. And head over to /loot.com and check out our shirts at tinyurl.com/indie shirts. And we will talk to you guys real soon.